Countries and Names of Origin Part 2. 1. Barbados. The name Barbados is thought to have originated from the Portuguese word os barbados, which means the bearded ones. This is likely a reference to the island's fig trees, which have long, hairy roots resembling beards. 2. Estonia. The name Estonia comes from the ancient Germanic tribe of the Ests, who settled in the region in the 1st century AD. 3. El Salvador. The name El Salvador means the savior in Spanish, and was named by the Spanish conquistadors who arrived in the region in the 16th century. 4. Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea. The name Equatorial Guinea comes from its location on the equator and the fact that it was a colony of Spain. 5. Eritrea. The name Eritrea comes from the ancient Greek word Erythraia, meaning red land. This name was given to the region because of its red soil. 6. England. The name England comes from the Old English word Englaland, which means land of the Angles. The Angles were a Germanic tribe who settled in the region in the 5th century AD. 7. Ecuador. The name Ecuador comes from the Spanish word Ecuador, meaning equator. The country is located on the equator. 8. France. The name France comes from the Latin word Francia, which means land of the Franks. The Franks were a Germanic tribe that established a kingdom in present-day France in the 5th century. 9. Finland. The name Finland comes from the Old Norse word Finland, which means land of the Finns. The Finns are a group of indigenous people who have lived in the region for thousands of years. 10. Gabon. The name Gabon comes from the Portuguese word gabão, which means cloak. The name was given to the area by Portuguese explorers who arrived in the late 15th century and saw the Gabonese people wearing cloaks made of leaves. 11. Gambia. The name Gambia comes from the Mandinka word Cambra or Cambar, which means River Gambia. 12. Georgia. The name Georgia comes from the Persian word Gurj, which means land of the wolves. The name was given to the region by the Persians who conquered it in the 6th century. 13. Germany. The name Germany comes from the Latin word Germania, which means land of the Germans. The name was first used by the Romans in the 1st century AD to describe the territory inhabited by the Germanic tribes. 14. Ghana. The name Ghana comes from the ancient kingdom of Ghana, which existed in the region from the 6th to the 13th century AD. The kingdom was known for its wealth and power, and the name was adopted by the modern country when it gained independence in 1957. 15. Guinea. The name Guinea comes from the Portuguese word Guiné, which was used to refer to the coast of West Africa. The name is thought to come from the Berber word Agenor, meaning black man. 16. Guinea-Bissau. The name Guinea-Bissau comes from the Portuguese words Guiné and Bissau, which refers to the Bisagos Islands. 17. Greece. The name Greece comes from the Latin word Graecia, which was used by the Romans to refer to the area that is now Greece. The origin of the name is uncertain, but it is thought to come from the Greek word Graikoi, which was the name the Dorians used to refer to themselves. 18. Guatemala. The name Guatemala comes from the Nahuatl word Cuauhtemalan, which means place of many trees. The name was given to the region by the Maya and Aztec peoples, who were the original inhabitants of the area. 19. Haiti. The name Haiti comes from the indigenous Taino people, who called the island Haiti, meaning mountainous land. The name was later adopted by the French colonists who named the colony Saint-Domingue, which became Haiti when the country gained independence in 1804. 20. Honduras. The name Honduras comes from the Spanish phrase depths, referring to the deep waters off the coast of the country. The name was first used by Spanish explorers in the 16th century and was later officially adopted as the country's name. 21. Hungary. The name Hungary comes from the Huns, a nomadic tribe who settled in the region in the 9th century. The name was later adopted by the Magyar people, who became the dominant ethnic group in the region. 22. Iceland. The name Iceland comes from the Norse settlers who named the island Iceland, meaning land of ice. The name was chosen to reflect the island's cold and snowy climate. 23. Indonesia. The name Indonesia is derived from the Greek words Indos and Nisos, which mean island and India respectively. The name was first used by early European explorers to refer to the islands in the East Indies. 24. Iran. The name Iran comes from the ancient Persian Empire, which was known as the land of the Aryans. The name was later adopted by the Islamic Republic of Iran, which was formed in 1979. 25. Jamaica. The island's original indigenous Taino name was Zamica, which means land of wood and water. The Spanish conquistadors who arrived in the late 15th century anglicized the name to Jamaica. 26. Japan. The origin of the name Japan is uncertain, but it is thought to have come from the Chinese name for Japan, Riban, which means sun origin or origin of the sun. Another theory is that it comes from the Japanese word Jipangu, which was an old name for Japan. 27. Jordan. The country's name comes from the Jordan River, which flows through it. The river's name is thought to come from the Hebrew word Yarden, which means to descend or to flow down. 28. Kenya. The name Kenya comes from the Kikuyu language, which is the largest ethnic group in the country. The name Kenya means the place of the mountain of whiteness, referring to Mount Kenya. 29. Kuwait. The name Kuwait is believed to have originated from the Arabic word cut, which means fort. The country was known for its fortresses and castles, which were used to protect against invasions. 30. Korea. The name Korea comes from the ancient kingdom of Kukkuyo, which was one of the three kingdoms that existed on the Korean peninsula in ancient times. The name Korea is derived from the word Kukkuyo, which means high and beautiful country. 31. Laos. The country's official name is the Lao People's Democratic Republic. The name Laos is believed to have originated from the Lao people's self-identification as Lao, meaning people or free people. The country was once known as Lan Xang Home Cow, meaning the kingdom of 1,000,000 elephants and the white parasol. Hope you've enjoyed watching part 2 of Names of Countries and Origin. Thanks for watching and don't forget to like and share this video to your friends.